Gemini, the week of February 24th brings much welcome relaxation, meditation, detoxification, and letting God have his way. Okay, you have been through a lot of stuff that came out in the February in the 2025 overview, and it continues now to be a settling down of all that kind of upset and drama. I know you've been trying to navigate and get there anyway to kind of get your feet about you. And now this week, it gives a little added bonus because God's in there. And the reason why I say it is that in this 10 card spread, the significator that basically matters the Nine of Wands. And that's you going into safe harbor, right? Onto land again after rough seas. But while it's been rough and it's hard to acknowledge that no damage done in the long run, I guarantee you that will be your perspective. See all your sails, they might have been a little torn and tattered, but all your wands are still going and you're ready to get on land. And you know this too. You've been strategizing about next steps, even under really stressful circumstances and situations. And that's that Four of Swords that's crossing you. But you got to believe, even if it's in the crossing card, that that card is for your benefit. And the four is the firm foundation to build upon. And it's our thinking analytically, strategy, all put out there against us, right? People are trying to not talk favorably of us, our identity, our characters being questioned. And that's the whole journey of the swords. You don't get to your own person by just being like wishy-washy, right? You have to stand up for yourself, even if in your own mind. And it's been exhausting. But there's a lot of celebratory state if you could get into there, my little Gemini friend, right? There's one half of you that's kind of dictating the stress and the anxiety and the fear and, just being in that space that everything else that brings versus the little tiny flame that you've got going on in the good area, because I can see it and feel it. And that's what the cards say. That's that top of the matter, what God wants to tell us, that Three of Pentacles. It's a celebratory state for an achievement, for an idea that starts to have a material reality. It could be a promotion in work, an acknowledgement from the outside world in the career area. A lot of times it has to do with that work, but also too, it could be a celebratory state for you to just acknowledge how far you have come in that identity. Maybe you having to do the money issues that you never had to do before, if that was been part of your journey, if you're separating, from people that might have helped you take care of that or had that authority figure you've had to learn on your own. And it says it's really built you into a new person that you could celebrate at that top of the Three of Pentacles. God wants to remind you of that. And especially if you have a new opportunity or potential, wake up and get there, okay? Because God's got your back. Because at the Eight of Pentacles, at the base of the matter, I like to say that God, that's what you want to refresh. You want a rejuvenation in the area of family, home, relationship, community. You just need it. So I need you to make the moves. And no scaredy catty, Gemini. Come on now. You've got two people there. Let's build up this confidence, get that good side going, the positivity. Because you've been to the Seven of Wands. That's standing up against competition, again, in work, relationship, other people's point of view. And that's all meant to get you to challenge to say, is this where you want to stay? Is this the kind of situations? Oh, sorry. The situations and people you want to stay around? No. Okay. That's why the seven is there. It's a contemplation, meditation of next moves. If you were happy, you wouldn't want a next move. And you might kid yourself saying, oh, I was happy. No. The cards say no. And that's why that hangman is kind of acknowledging the good karma. To me, I used to get so mad at this guy because it literally means hanging in time and we have to wait. And as a Taurus, I don't like doing that at all. But I realized over so many decades of doing tarot, I have to wait because I'm so exhausted from the process that got me to the hangman. I need that time to regroup. I got that connection with God. That's the ego there coming down. And also to me, it's Jesus. Whatever your universal connection is, it's just the way that I represent it, because it's like God and Jesus saying, let me in there to help you. Let me take over because you've trusted me so much. And this is part of my karmic return to you. So, and you're fighting it and your mind is in overdrive and it needs to settle down because it's not accomplishing anything. It's all worried about stuff, even though it knows new stuff is coming and new fresh here, but you're kind of like wrapped up in, like I said, the one side that's got control. And that's so funny because now we go down to that seventh position, the lovers, which is the extension of the Nine of Wands. So anywhere where you've had to take a realistic look at people, including those closest to you, and you've changed your attitude about them. Like where you were younger, you might have had a certain approach to people and their characteristics or attractiveness to, again, with lovers. And now as you get older, different scenarios and different characteristics and attractiveness come into play. That's the lovers, right? But you got to be real. And that, if that gave you the Nine of Wands feel, which the kind of cards say here, I know it's hard, but remember, everything that's tough is always for our benefit, because I need you to get with people that maybe respect you more, support you more. Gemini needs a lot of fire. It needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of chitty chatty. It likes to be engaged. It's social. So if you weren't getting that, then maybe that's why the Lovers card is there. And again, your friends see this too. And maybe that's why a refresh everywhere you need. It's the Ten of Wands, is how people look at you. And you're exhausted. It's like I often say, it's like that well done steak, put a knife in it or a fork in it, I'm done. And you've accomplished some stuff that's there. And people know that you are really jovial and welcoming and kind, but they're bummed to see you this way. And I'm bummed to see you this way. Quite frankly, I want you to break out of it. And that's what the Hangman is. Take this week, regroup, detangle that big brain, because in the hopes of fears, this is so crazy. I got the Queen of Swords. So she's great for business and contracts and law stuff. So if you're doing anything in that domain, she's fantastic. So trust your insight and your intelligence. That's not a problem. But if you're kind of beating up yourself and pouring away emotion, I don't want it in my life. I don't want it in my love. I don't want it for me. And I'm taking that sword and I'm stabbing myself in my head, my heart, my spirit. Stop. Because she is not useful in that capacity. Okay. And again, hopes and fears. So Gemini, don't let that negativity side lead you, because it's wanting to swallow you up like in a black hole. And we can't have that. Gemini's too bright to be in the corner and not doing out with the light. Okay. So, and that's what God's saying to you at the top of the matter this week. Okay. So take the rest. Detoxify, like I said, chakra cleaning, meditation, yoga, go for a walk, eating healthy, whatever it is that gets you back into spirit, and open that mind up to have some light and joy come in there. Okay, not everything is doom and gloomy here. Stop. That's a 5. It's God saying, I'm sorry I messed with you, Gemini, but I had to mess with you or you never would have become your own person. And I bet you, for those of you that are older or maybe entering your second Saturn return, or even the first one, 29.5 years, 2 years before, 2 years after, it kind of has that feel. That's the life lessons. So God's giving you another swipe at being you, having your own attitude. And when a Gemini is stifled by other people or trying to be flexible to adapt, it's not fun, especially over the long term. And you're just getting to know yourself again. So trust that God's got your back. He's giving all your thoughts and your character and integrity back. And I had to pull another card because that's just a little hard, because it's tough on us. That's you sitting there in that position. But you're getting up now. And there's the 3 of Wands. Let's go catch fire. Let's go and use imagination for me. Okay, on what makes me feel better as a Gemini person, what makes me feel better in my life path and my love path and my work path. This is a time to round out you, because when I see that Hangman there, that means there is a big wish on order for you this week, okay? So I would surely sit down, and like you're already sitting in that position of the 5 of Swords, so make a big wish and really focus on manifesting it, because God wants to reward you for all the tough journeys, okay? Oh, and thank you for thank you for visiting the channel. Okay, bye.